Next one is many-to-many relationship. What is many-to-many relationship? So in this case of many-to-many relationship, multiple records in one table are associated with multiple records in another table. Multiple records in one table associated with multiple records in another table. That is what called as your many-to-many relationship. So what is the example for this many-to-many relationship? For example, I have something called customers products table. We have something called the same thing, right? Customers and products table. A single customer can buy product A, product B, product C, etc. Right? A single customer can buy more than one product, and a single product can be bought by more than one customer. A single product can be bought by more than one time, and each customer can purchase more than one time. This is many-to-many relationship. This is called many-to-many relationship. Apart from this, you have something called store location. Another example is store locations. Your retail store, okay? Store location and product, the same thing, okay? Each location south, each location, right? You can sell more than one product also, P1, P2, something like that. Each store can sell more than one product, and each product can be sold by more than one store. South Bangalore and North Bangalore, Southeast Bangalore, likewise, right? So this is another example for many-to-many relationship. So now the question is, okay, what is so great about many-to-many relationship? See, in the case of many-to-many relationship, you cannot implement the table as it is. You cannot implement a table as it is. You need to have a junction table in the case of many-to-many relationship. Many-to-many relationship you cannot avoid it. In any project, right, you might encounter this kind of design, many-to-many tables, you can find it. And you need to implement these kind of tables, many-to-many relationship tables, with a bridge table or a link table or junction table. I'll just write it here. Customer and product. And you have something called PID, product name, and customer ID, customer name, right? And each customer, like I said, John, can buy more than one product. And each product can be bought by more than one customer also, right? The same product bought by more than one customer also. This is many-to-many relationship. In this case, supposing you wanted to know how many products we sold in customer, how many products sold, so how many customers purchased each product. We have seen it a while back, right? How many products purchased by each customer? And the other question is, how many customers purchased the product, each product? So for this, first of all, here you have the product ID and product name. You have the customer ID, customer name. But you don't have the product ID column here. You don't have the customer ID column here. If you have any common column, then you can join it. But here we don't see any common column between these two tables. Okay, so what we need is to create a report wherein if I wanted to show the customer name, right, against each customer, how many customers they purchased it, I'm going to introduce a link table or association table, okay? In this, in both the tables, the key columns, the product ID and customer ID, I'm going to bring it here, PID and CID. So this one comes from this table, but here, this table will have only one instance of each customer ID, and here we'll have many also possible, because the same customer you would have purchased more than one time, right? So hence this can have duplicate values, more than one value it can have. The product ID is the same thing, many things. So one to many. For example, if somebody want to ask you, hey, can you tell me each product, how many customers they purchased? The previous one was how many customers bought each product. And the next one is how many customers, sorry, how many products we sold for each customer. You know, in that kind of reporting situation, right? These kind of bridge tables are very much helpful. Already these two are many-to-many relationship, right? These two tables are many-to-many relationship. Hence, you cannot link these two tables directly. You need to have a bridge table. In this one, the key column from these two tables, we can merge it. That's all. Okay, and then you can perform your, and then you can implement your many-to-many relationship or table. So simple thing is, you need to have a bridge table in the case of many-to-many relationship. In the interview, they ask you, what is many-to-many relationship? What is the answer? The number of records or multiple records in each table is associated with multiple records in other table. That is what your many-to-many relationship. Okay, how do you implement the many-to-many relationship related tables? In that case, I'm going to use a bridge table. Bridge table. So the bridge table will consist of the product ID, the key column from both the tables. In this case, right? Both the tables. The product ID is available here, and there is a one-to-many relationship, and the customer ID is available here, right? So there is a one-to-many relationship. This is one side, this is a many side. In this case, we are creating the combination of PID and CID in a single table. So what will happen is, with this table, we can do the filtering of these tables in a pretty simple way. So in the case of many-to-many relationship, yes, we have encountered in my project. So what we did, we have created a bridge table. That's it, full stop. I will take you through one interesting case study. We need to be very alert. So for this many-to-many relationship, I have used the three tables. One is the account table, the other one is transaction table, other one is customer dimension table. Okay. And if you go here, okay, here it is not required. See, to get a holistic view, I put all the tables data here itself. Instead of going here and what is the data is there, an account ID and the transaction table, what value, all these values I put it here. Now I will explain you the scenario. For example, we have three tables: account table, customer table, and then we have the transaction table. The middle one, you can ignore it for the time being. Okay. Or you can, so this is my bridge table. Okay. This is my bridge table. Account ID from this table, and then the customer ID from this table. I put it in this table. This is my bridge table. Fine. So far, so good. So the account table, these are things are there. Okay. Now I will give you the context here. I'll put some data here. For example, the customer one is sorry, the customer ID 92 is John. You just think that way. John's mother is Mary. Okay, I go back to the model view now. Now you tell me what relationship exists between account and customer table. Account and customer table. Account and customer table. What? Yes, you are correct. Account and customer table, what relationship are there? Here, a single customer, right? John. Let's take, for example, John, a single customer, can have multiple accounts, correct? I have, take, for example, in my case, I have a savings account and I have the current account and so on. Okay. Each customer can have more than one account. Okay. And similarly, each account, this is account one, account two, and this each account can be held by more than one customer also, Mary also. Okay. So John and Mary, joint account, they have a joint account. So what kind of relationship is there here? Each customer can have more than one account, and each account can have more than one customer. Hence, it is a many-to-many relationship. It requires a bridge table. In the bridge table, I put the account ID, the key column here, account ID, and then the customer ID here. Okay, customer and account ID only, because this is the unique key column, right? This is a unique key column for these two tables. The ID column, you can put it here. We are done. Now, if I go back to my report canvas, now you understood we have two tables, account table and customer table. These two tables have many-to-many relationship. Why? Each account can be held by more than one customer, and each customer can have more than one account. Hence, these two tables or entities are having many-to-many relationship. Hence, it requires a bridge table. The bridge table, you need to put both the tables ID column or the key column. In this case, the account ID, in this case, the customer ID, put it here. That's all. And we have another table called transaction. Every day you go and withdraw the money and deposit the money, right? So each and every transaction that you do it, that one will be captured here. Now the reporting requirement is they want to create a report something like this. Okay, they wanted to see the so the amount is nothing but the balance. Okay, they want to see the account wise balance, and also they want to see customer wise account balance. Listen very carefully. So here account wise, so this is 100, 101 or account numbers. In account number 100, how much balance we have it? Account number 101, how much balance we have it? But the highlight of this one is, see here, this is the transaction table, right? This is the transaction table. In this one, the same account ID held by more than one customer. A single account ID held by more than one customer. I said, 91 is a John and 92 is Mary. So John and Mary, right? John and his mother Mary both put together, they have, the balance like this, okay? Sorry, this is a bridge table, not the bridge table. This is the transaction table. Okay, so in this case, if you see here, the two Mary and John, they have the same account ID, which means these two guys are having joint account. Whereas this guy, right? So this guy, apart from this savings account, whatever may be, right? The account ID 100, 922, he has another account. Apart from 100, account number 100, he has another account. So maybe this is savings account, the current account. Right, that is the information. Now it is available in bridge table. The transaction table, if you look at it here, right? So these two, John and Mary put together, they are owning the savings account. And maybe, they deposited 1,000 rupees and now they withdrawn 500. How much balance we have? 1,000 minus 500, 500. That is what we can see it here. The rest of the one, 101, 350, yes, that's all. When it comes to account table and the transaction table, the filtering is just a cup of cake, right? See, I just go back here. Account table and account, these two tables are linked with account ID, right? Account ID. And you can use the account table to filter the transaction table to get to know the balance. 100, 101, 350. Very good. Because, the account table and then the transaction table are having that relationship, one-to-many relationship. But remember that in the case of customer dimension table, if you want to see the account balance by customer, this table cannot filter this table directly. It is not possible because there is no direct relationship exists between these two tables. Now you tell me, how can I use this table to filter this one? All of you, please type. Yes, Rupa, you're correct. Who else? Rupa is correct, and Pradeep is also correct. Jamal is also correct. Very good. This table cannot, you remember I explained about customer dimension table, product dimension, and sales fact table, right? This table, if I want to use this table to filter this table, what should I do? So here you need to have one-to-many relationship, and here you have one-to-many, many-to-one relationship. And with the combination of the account ID or the customer account balance, customer wise account balance. This is account wise closing balance. You just think, right? Closing balance by account, and here the closing balance by customer. Okay. So because you cannot create a relationship between these two tables because you don't have the customer ID available here. Okay, in that case, yes, obviously you need to have a bridge table because these two dimension, account and customer dimensions, are having many-to-many relationship. And the requirement is we want to use the customer table to filter the fact or the sales, right? You want to use the customer dimension to filter the transaction table. Since you don't have direct relationship, this is the one is going to filter this one-to-many relationship. And account is this one is having one-to-many relationship, but we want to filter it back, right? We want to filter it back, then you can get the customer wise account balance. That is what we can see here in this case. Okay, so here this is what is expected. But if you go back and notice here, this table is filtering this table is filtering this table. And if I want to use this table to filter this table, what should be there? In between these two table relationship, it needs to be made bi-directional relationship. So in that case, what will this table can filter this table, and this table can filter this table, and this table by default this can filter this table. Hence, what happens? The account balance will be sent back here to your visual. This is called dimension table or a bridge table for dimension tables. Okay, in that case, do we have anything like bridge table for fact tables? Yes, that is also possible. In this case, bridge table between the dimension tables. There are cases you need to have a bridge table that is, sorry. Yeah, sorry, in this case, the fact table. See, dimension tables. See, these two dimension tables are having many-to-many relationship. Hence, we create a bridge table. And in this case, these two are fact table. These two fact tables have many-to-many relationship. These two fact tables have many-to-many relationship. Hence, it requires a bridge table. But when it comes to Power BI, what happens is when you click on it, right? So here already we have defined the many-to-many relationship. That is what the warning we can see it here. Okay, the relationship has got to maintain. This should only be used if it is expected that neither column contains unique values. And here also you can notice it, the coordinate is many-to-many. It automatically detects the relationship. Okay. And next one is single order fact filters your fulfillment table. Look here, I have selected this one. I'm going to hit OK now. I go back here. Now tell me, what is the account balance in these two accounts? What is the account balance in these two accounts? Look at this table and tell me now. Look at this table and tell me. In the account ID 100, 1000 minus 500, 500 you have it. Correct. Yes, guys, you are correct. Okay. 500. And how did I get 350? The last one. See, these two things, if you add these two values, it will become 500. And then the last one. So this is how it works. But here it is correctly doing it, right? So 1000, if you subtract it from 500, in the account ID 100, the balance is 500, the 101, 350. And what it remains is, let's say, Mary or John has deposited 1000 and his mother Mary withdrawn 500. Hence, in total, in the account ID, you will have only 500 rupees balance. And at the same time, John, right? John is not only owning the account ID 100, he is also owning another account ID called 101. So 350. Okay, 101 is 350, 100 is account wise balance. Customer wise balance is a little bit tricky. In this case, what happens is, if you don't enable the bidirection relationship, it will not do the filtering correctly. And if you notice it very clearly here, this is very important. Okay. So here I'm talking about the customer one is Mary. This is John. Okay. John is holding what is the account number? 100 and 101. This is the joint account. In the joint account, how much total is there here? 500. And apart from this, in the account ID the 101, he has the balance as 350. This is 500 and 350. So John, customer John has 500 plus 350, 850. It shows it's correct. And Mary is having only 500 because Mary's account is a joint account. 1000 plus 500 is 500 only. But this guy, John, is having two accounts, 100 and 101. But Mary has only one account. Okay. But if I ask you, what is the balance in account ID 100, which is a joint account? 1000 minus 500 will tell. If I ask you, what is the balance in John's, 101 account 350. But if I ask you in terms of what is the balance, you have it in John's account. John's and Mary put together 500. Okay. But if you see it individually, John is having a joint account with the number is 100 and the account number. And in that account, he has 500 balance. In addition to that, he has another account 101 that is a current account. In the current account, he has how much? 350. He has 350 balance in it. Okay. So adding these two things, it shows 850. Very good. And Mary, she has only savings account, hence 1000 minus 500 is 500. That's all, guys. Is it clear or not? Thanks, Jamal. You are able to understand. Rupa, you are correct. Yes. But how I arrived it? So this one is pretty simple because the account table and the transaction table got linked directly by account ID column, whereas the customer table is not directly linked to my account table. This customer is not linked. So in that case, it has to traverse, it has to take this path. Customer table has to filter the account customer table. This is a bridge table. And then this bridge table needs to filter back the account table. Only then this account table can talk to the transaction table via account ID and to send the customer wise account balance. So this is one approach. Okay, this is what we were meant to make. So in this case, between the dimensions, we introduce a bridge table. And the next question is, can't we have a bridge table between the fact table? Is that is also possible. But in this case, the beauty of Power BI is, as with the latest version, you don't have to create a bridge table. So these two tables are having many-to-many relationship. How? I just go here and I don't know if I have the data for that. This is the data. Look here, it is there. See, if you look at this data set here, for example, I'll just go to the order fact table. And then what else? We have order fact table and then the fulfillment fact table, right? These two fact tables are there. If you see order fact table, I'll just write it here, okay? In this case, the order ID in a single order, you can buy more than one product, right? In a single order, you can buy more than one product. So this is the one, 1001 in a single order. You ordered more than one product A and product B. Product A, you ordered 5, product B ordered 10. This is enough, okay? I'm not going to talk anything else. So in this case, in the order ID, in this order, we have raised 2 products. Okay? We have ordered 2 products in this order ID. We can say this way also. But here, to uniquely identify a record, right? There is something else called order line column comes into picture. In order ID 1001, the first line item, order line item is product A. Second line item is product B. So that later point in time, if somebody is asking you, right, to find, get me the product B, which I ordered in order ID 1001, right? Uniquely, if you want to find out, you can specify the date column along with this. You can uniquely retrieve the how many units I bought it in order 1, the product B, right? So here you can do it this way. You can select it this way, okay? I have another table called fulfillment table. Fulfillment table is, let's say you ordered with me. It doesn't mean I have to ship all the products same time, right? Same day. So take, for example, 1001. So in this case, we have each order ID repeated more than once. So many side and multiple records are associated with multiple records on another table. The another table is your fulfillment table. In the fulfillment table, what is that? Shipment table. Supposing you are ordering these 2 products in a single order 1001, that doesn't mean these 2 products they should fulfill at the single shipment, right? For example, this one they ship it on 13th June. This product maybe they are shipping it on 15th June. In Amazon, you get this one, right? So say single order, but the 2 products rarely you will get it together, right? You will receive it together. Sometimes what will happen in order 110, in order 1001, one product they will ship it on 13th June and product B they ship it on some other day. So here the line item, if you see, right? Okay, in this case, you have something called fulfillment ID. Fulfillment ID. Let's say fulfillment ID is 1 or 101. Fulfillment ID is 101 and order ID is 1001. And then the quantity, right? Quantity is even within this itself. Sometimes what will happen is in prod A, instead of shipping the 5 quantity, okay, here, sorry, 101, right? Prod A, instead of shipping 5 quantity, they may ship only 3 quantities. So there sometimes what will happen is in the next shipment, we will send you the remaining 2 items. That is also possible. Within the same order, 2 different products, they can ship it in 2 different times. That is one possibility. Another possibility is within the single product line itself, they can ship 3 products today and tomorrow 2 products they can ship it. Prod A and 101. Sorry, this is 102, different fulfillment ID. Okay, this is the unique ID. Okay, this is the prod B. Sorry, the prod A 2 and same product, but 2 different days they can ship the item, same product. And other scenario is same order, 2 different products, they ship it in 2 different dates. Okay, hence there exists a many-to-many relationship between these 2 fact tables, the order fact table and then fulfillment fact table. In that case, what will happen is the reporting requirement is something like this. They want you to display everything like this in a single report, in a visual. In order ID, 15 items got ordered. Okay, it summarized that one. In order 826 and 1035. Along with that, you display the fulfillment quantity also. How many items we shipped it. If you see here, yes, an order 1001 order, customer ordered 15 products, and we have shipped the, or say 15 units they ordered it. 15 units we shipped. Good. And if you see here, in this order, 6 products ordered, but we shipped only 5. With the help of this report, they can track, what are the pending items or outstanding items that they are yet to ship it to the customer. And if you see here, this item we have not yet fulfilled to the customer. Okay. So if you want to display the quantity, order ID in quantity from your order fact table, and then fulfillment quantity from your fulfillment table, how right? It will not work correctly. It will not do the filtering correctly. So what I did, I create the relationship between these two tables based on the order ID. When you double click on it, it will show the many-to-many relationship warning message. And then if you look at the relationship is cardinal to many-to-many, in the cross filter direction, if you see here, the both is there single, instead of having single alone, here in single order fact filters fulfillment filters order fact. Here I have selected this one. Since I selected this option, it did the filtering correctly here. Though it is a many-to-many relationship, it did the filtering correctly here. Just give me a second, I'm getting. So now, since I created the many-to-many relationship directly, right? And in this case, I've selected the cross filter single, but I've selected the order fact filters the fulfillment table. Hence, I am getting both the columns from these two tables. Order fact table quantity is there and fulfillment quantity is there in my fulfillment table. These two columns came from these two different tables, but you can put all these 3 columns in a single table visual. That is possible because the many-to-many. In this case, the takeaway is you don't have to have the bridge table. Though it is a many-to-many relationship, you don't have to have the bridge table. With this latest version of Power BI desktop, this feature is available. You don't have to have a bridge table. Okay. So one way it is good. You're not going to have multiple table since you don't need a bridge table between these two tables. It takes care of the many-to-many relationship automatically. But the flip side of this one is this is not a flexible model. For example, you want to filter the fulfillment table using your fulfillment date call table, or if you want to filter the order fact table by your order date dimension, or if you want to filter these two tables using a product dimension table. Okay, so this is not possible. Okay, because you are making this relationship. So once you define the relationship order ID and order ID as a many-to-many relationship, what happens is on the cross filter as order fact filters the fulfillment table. What happens is in this case, you are constrained with this relationship only. You cannot, for example, somebody is asking you, right? So let's say you have another table called fulfillment date table. You want to see month-wise or quarter-wise how many units we filtered. If you wanted to display that one, you need to have another date dimension table. But you cannot use the date dimension to filter it because it's something like tight integration, right? You have tightly integrated these two tables with this relationship. So there is no flexibility here, okay? Hence, it is not recommended. Though you can implement the many-to-many relationship directly in the latest version of Power BI desktop, it is not recommended. The best practice is use the bridge table. That is the bottom line. Hope you understood this many-to-many relationship, what is many-to-many relationship, and dimension table. In the case of dimension table, also you can create the bridge table because of the requirement. Customer dimension table needs to filter this table. In that case, obviously, you need to have a bridge table between these dimension table to filter this. Okay. And you have, see, if they ask you something like you want to display the account wise closing balance, then it is fine. This is more than sufficient. And if they ask you something like customer-wise account balance, I want to see that. In that case, you cannot, because here you don't have the customer ID, you don't have the, here we have customer, you don't have the common key column between these two tables. Okay. And you can, you see in this case again, right? Here you don't have the account ID column. You cannot link these tables with account ID to filter this. It is not possible. Or you should have the customer ID. You don't have the customer ID also. Okay. So only way out is you need to use the customer dimension table to filter this table in order to get the account balance by customer. But here directly you cannot do that. You need to have bridge table because these two tables don't have the common column. There is no direct relationship. You cannot create a direct relationship because there is no common column. And the case of order fact and the fulfillment fact table, yes, it is possible, but you don't need to have in this case, you don't need a bridge table. But without bridge table, if you create the relationship to filter the tables, fact tables, many-to-many relationship, it is possible in Power BI latest version. But unfortunately, it is not a flexible model. If you want to filter these table, fulfillment table, order factor by date dimension, order line dimension, or product dimension, that is not possible. Hence, don't create direct, this one directly. Instead, what to do is you create the one-to-many relationship, one-to-many relationship. Similarly, you can have the order date tier dimension table, create the one-to-many relationship. And then you have create the fulfillment date dimension table, create the one-to-many relationship. That way, you can make your model more flexible and you can answer the business questions, whatever the dimensions they ask it, right? You can give the solutions, whichever dimensions they expected. That's it. I'm done with the many-to-many relationship. We discussed about what is many-to-many relationship, and I explained you two different scenarios to implement the many-to-many relationship. For you, the assignment is, look here. Here in this case, I did not use the bridge table. And account table, customer dimension table, and the transaction table. But here I put the customer ID column. In both the table, customer ID is there. Okay, and I have linked these two tables based on the customer ID. Now you just try to display the output something like this. I want the output something like this, whatever you see it here. Okay, this is how you need to get me the output with these set of tables. Okay. See here, yes, Rupa, here if I remove it, this is what you are saying, right? If I remove the bidirectional to single, and if I make it unidirection, and if you see here, what will happen is, both of them will display the 850, 850. It will not do the filtering correctly. See, it is not doing the filtering correctly. Okay. See here, the customer 01 is Mary, right? She has only the 500 rupees balance in her account. And here, John, he has 500 rupees in his, savings, the joint account balance, plus 350 rupees he has a balance in his current account. So 500 plus 50, 850. Here it is correct, but Mary was having only 500, right? It is not doing the filtering correctly. That is because this bridge table could not filter this table. If you want this table to filter this, yes, it is possible. And this table can filter, but this table cannot filter it in the opposite direction. That is the reason why I have enabled this one, both. So here you can programmatically also enable this relationship, bidirectional relationship. You can program using cross filter function. So this wraps up the many-to-many relationship topic.